How did Jesus pray? And how do most Christians pray today? When we think of prayer, we often picture familiar scenes. Standing in church, sitting in pews, hands raised, eyes closed, in quiet reflection. These practices are common across the world, passed down through centuries of tradition. But let's pause for a moment and ask a simple question. Did Jesus pray like this? According to the Bible, the answer is no. Jesus prayed very differently. The Gospel of Matthew gives us a powerful image. In chapter 26, verse 39, it says, "And he fell on his face and prayed." This moment takes place in the Garden of Gethsemane. Imagine the scene. It's night among the ancient olive trees. Jesus, the Messiah chosen by God, is completely overwhelmed with sorrow, fear, and the weight of his responsibility. The Bible tells us he was in such distress that he first dropped to his knees and then lowered himself completely until his face touched the ground. In the ancient world, this posture meant so much more than just prayer. It was a powerful symbol of total submission, complete humility, and a profound recognition of God's absolute greatness. This wasn't an unusual act in biblical times. We see prophets, messengers, and righteous people throughout the scriptures praying this way, prostrating themselves before God. They place their highest point, their face, onto the lowest point, the earth, as a sign of ultimate respect and surrender. Today, however, this form of prayer, full prostration, is rarely practiced in most Christian churches. Instead, modern prayer styles developed centuries later. They were shaped by cultural shifts, the design of church buildings, and evolving leadership structures, not necessarily by the direct example of how Jesus himself prayed. Now, this isn't about saying anyone's prayer is wrong. It's about asking an honest question. If Jesus, the Messiah chosen by the God, humbled himself so completely before God, what does that teach us about how we should approach prayer today? The verse echoes in our minds. He fell on his face and prayed. Sometimes going back to the original example reminds us of a powerful truth. Prayer is not always about our comfort. It's about our surrender. Pray like Jesus, not just how the church says. Prostrate by placing your face on the floor when praying to God. Worship as Jesus did and follow his example, not just as churches tells you. Thanks for watching and subscribe to discover more truth.